Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen and welcome to the book of Luke. So, grab your Bible, go to Luke chapter 1 and go ahead and read verses 1 through 4. We're going to be in verses 1 through 4 today. So, go ahead and pause me right now and read Luke 1 through 4, and I'll be waiting for you. Okay, welcome back. So, Luke chapter 1 through 4 is the prologue to Luke. Luke, being the good Greek that he was, wrote this nice little sentence. Verses 1 through 4 in the Greek are one big long sentence. And we notice towards the end that he tells us that he's writing to a guy named Theophilus. So Theophilus is his patron, possibly, maybe a rich guy, possibly even the guy who's going to help Luke get this thing published and out circulating to everybody out there. And he tells Theophilus the reason why he's writing this for Theophilus, and that's found in verse 4. In verse 4, he says, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. So Luke's primary reason for writing this gospel, this narrative of the life of Jesus, is so that you, Theophilus, and you, everybody watching, can know the certainty of what you've been taught about Jesus. Because there's all kinds of stuff going around about Jesus. And Luke makes that clear up in verse 1. He says, many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us. Many. So Luke's saying lots of people have already written about Jesus. In fact, Luke's going to probably draw from all kinds of sources. He drew from Mark, the Gospel of Mark. 60% of what's in Mark is also in Luke. So odds are Luke read Mark's Gospel, copied a lot of it, but then he added from all these other sources too, because he says many people have been writing about Jesus. And they've been writing about the things that have been fulfilled. That's a really cool word, fulfilled, because Jesus came to fulfill the things that are in the Old Testament, the law, the prophets, the Psalms, which is something Luke's going to say way later at the end of his gospel. Jesus himself is going to say that about himself. I am the fulfillment of all these things. Second, Luke says that he got his information from eyewitnesses and servants of God. So Luke has been reading what other people wrote about Jesus, and he's been talking to eyewitnesses, people that knew Jesus. Okay, so the apostles and other disciples of Jesus. And then number 3, in verse 3, Luke says, I personally have carefully investigated everything from the beginning. So Luke is easing Theophilus' mind. Theophilus, I'm writing this narrative of Jesus so that you can know. Trust me, I've done my homework. I'm a doctor. I'm a scientist. So I'm going to do the research. I've read everything written about Jesus. I've talked to everybody who knew Jesus. And I've investigated it personally myself. And here's what I've come up with. So the rest of the gospel is going to show the results of Luke's work. Why? So that you can know. So if we can sum up the first 4 verses into a key phrase, so that you may know. The Gospel of Luke is for you and for me, so that we can know that the things we have heard about Jesus are the truth. So starting tomorrow, we'll get into the main narrative of the life of Jesus, and we'll be reading about all these great and wonderful stories about the life of Christ. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.